Alright, so the latest episode of We Might Be Drunk ends up being way more revealing than your usual two comics riffing about airline food and bad crowds episode, because Bert Kreischer comes in carrying actual weight this time. Not just the usual shirt off, frat boy chaos, but real health scares, family tension, and the quiet panic of a man slowly realizing his body is not built for the lifestyle he's been abusing for decades. And honestly, it's one of the first times in a while where Bert sounds genuinely scared instead of performatively wild.
We need a drink. Let's have a drink.
I can't drink.
We'll
What's
drink.
up?
Please. Oh, you didn't hear?
Medication?
Yeah, blood clots.
What?
Yeah, my legs, yeah.
All right, so we won't drink at a
No, you drink.
No,
I don't
no,
give a
no.
shit. You know I never cared about that. Yeah, bad.
You all right?
In my lungs, yeah. Yeah.
Blood clots.
Fuck.
Guys, I'm saving it for Rogan, so...
Is that from drinking or?
No, it's from passing out on a plane. Passing out on a plane with your leg like this.
What?
Yeah, it's like just inactivity on a plane. I flew back and forth from L.A. to the East Coast probably about 5 times from December 18th to New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And Nashville included. But and I got off the last flight I had from New York to do Kelly Clarkson. Man, on the plane, I was like, God damn it, my fucking leg hurts. And it had been hurting for like a week, 2 weeks, over in different locations. And it was really odd.
I gotta get you a peg leg, dude. That'd be fucking sick.
hell
That's a good
yeah.
thumbnail, dude.
That's-
a little eye patch, peg leg.
Imagine a peg leg. Dude, I was scared when it happened because you know it's a blood clot. You know it's a blood clot immediately.
I don't think I would know.
I would know
You
that.
know.
Really?
You 100% know. You 100% know. And then I went in. I was like, it was throbbing at night. And then
shit.
I told my wife, I was like, something's. I woke up at 2 a.m. to make a drink to go back to bed because I was like, I have no rest. And Leanne's like, I'm taking you to the emergency room. And
Fuck.
you know when you go, usually you're like, I'm fine. And I was like, I want to go to the emergency room.
Whoa.
That's where the reality check really lands. He has a panic attack during the CT scan after being warned that the iodine contrast could trigger anaphylactic shock. And then the doctors tell him the clots have already reached his lungs. At that point, it stops being funny fat comic hospital story and turns into, you could have actually died, bro.
How the fuck did Attell beat you to fucking this?
I know.
There's a guy from CNN, young dude, flew to Afghanistan, didn't move a lot on his plane, I guess, landed. I hear every blood clot story you'd ever. Young guy gets a blood clot, died 2 days later.
But don't a lot of people just sleep on a plane? Like
They do, but I think
it's the angle, maybe.
there's a number there. Honestly, no one can really figure out what happened. Like they're going like, how did it happen to you?
Yeah.
And so I mean, that's where, man, when the internet chimes in, you're like,
Oh, don't read
fuck.
that shit.
Have you ever had COVID? 11 times. Were you vaccinated? 4 times. Were you on testosterone? A ton. Were you inactive on the plane? Drunk, passed out. Alcohol has nothing to do with it, luckily, because that was like my. But yeah, it's like all of the above. This guy, he got a blood clot, and he died.
He's like an in shape guy.
Yeah.
That's
you
awful.
don't know.
Damn.
I mean, listen, man. Some people just die.
Yeah.
And there's no reason they die. It's just a fluke.
Wow. There's that one guy who died jogging.
Embolism in his lungs. DVT.
Whoa.
That's what I got
From the plane ride.
I've been flying West Coast, East Coast for like the past 3 weeks, and I'm going to Oregon this weekend.
Dehydration is a huge thing.
Okay.
Because it thickens your blood. Coffee, huge
I
thing.
had like 6 coffees today.
Oh, shit.
Dude, the key is
I'm worried about terrorists on planes. I would need a fucking stewardess to shake me if I pass out.
You
get
better
compression.
walk.
Just get compression socks. It won't happen.
Really?
Yeah, if you get
socks.
compression socks, it won't happen. And if you get up, I have to get up every 30 minutes on a flight now. So I get up like a lunatic, like almost like I'm like one of those scouts on a plane looking for terrorists.
Yeah, yeah.
And I face everyone.
Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall.
Marshall
But yeah, so I'm not drinking for indefinitely. I got a second opinion.
All right, I think you're ugly too.
Now he's on blood thinners for at least 6 months, which forces him into sobriety. And if you know Bert, that's not just a lifestyle tweak, that's a full identity crisis. On top of that, he's taking Manjaro, which is killing his appetite and making him violently ill if he eats certain foods. He jokes about not being able to touch steak anymore like it's some tragic breakup. But the upside is he's dropped nearly 40 pounds since November and keeps saying he actually feels incredible physically.
Get
I
Dr.
call my
Oz in here.
cardiologist and I go, yo. So I got I'm on blood thinners. And he goes, I think you should be on blood thinners for the rest of your life. I mean, it's not bad, but like a mild blood thinner. And I was like, but wait, can I drink on them? And he was like, listen, I can't, like, it doesn't really affect, I can't say there's any correlation between your blood clots, blood thinners, and alcohol. But what I can tell you is you have blood clots in your lungs and in your leg, and you should focus on your health to get rid of them. And then come back, he goes, come back in 3 months, we'll take a look at it. Come back in a few months. But I went from crazy pain in my leg, like, I mean, unbearable, unbearable, couldn't find comfort sleeping, to now, like, I took a walk in the park today, I've been working out, I don't feel it the way I did. So the blood, and I was on a crazy amount of blood thinners, and now I'm on like just like 2 a day, and no Tylenol, and my blood pressure is perfect. I feel great. And that's the problem with not drinking, is like,
you just feel good.
you feel fucking incredible.
But you also got the Mickey Mantle gene, so you might heal in like half the time.
I set an appointment for the day after the Super Bowl to get my leg checked. I tried to get in there the day before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fucking Super Bowl party.
Drinking?
Yeah.
You know what's weird? You know what thins your blood is alcohol. So you'd think it would help.
I think the alcohol isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not bad in the whole scheme of things. What it is the alcohol causes inactivity on a plane, and you pass out. And I think I passed out on my flight from New York to here with my leg underneath me. Like,
He admits his daughters were genuinely pissed about Free Bert when they first found out about it. Not playful annoyed, properly angry. They tried to shut it down. The main issue was him using their real names and the fear that people would blur the line between fictional chaos and their actual lives. Which, fair. When your dad is famous for turning his worst impulses into content, you probably don't want the internet thinking your teenage years are just one long punchline.
Now, how do the daughters feel about the show? It's basically about them.
yeah, they tried to kill it.
What?
Come on.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Get out of here. They're not going to ruin their dad's work.
They were pissed
Of course
about
they
it?
are.
Why were they
like-
pissed about it?
They were like, well, you can't use our names. And I was like, because they were like that for the movie. And I always thought it hurt the movie that I couldn't use my daughter's names and Sasha and something else for the movie. And so I was like, no, I'm using your names. I gave you those names. I've talked about it in 7 specials.
Yeah, right.
Like it's out, the cat's out of the bag. And they're like, yeah, but you don't understand, we're real people, and people are going to watch this and think we did that. And I was like, it's not real life. It's a fictionalized version of real life.
They only softened once they saw the pilot and realized the script basically has them lighting Bert up constantly, meaning he's the butt of the joke more than they are. And it's funny because I literally did a full breakdown of Free Bert last week on the channel where I talked about that exact tension, how weird it is that he's blending real family details with exaggerated chaos, and how uncomfortable that line can get. If anyone wants the full uncensored version of that breakdown, that's sitting on Patreon too, because there was a lot to unpack there. What this episode quietly confirms is that the pushback from his kids isn't some internet projection. It's real inside his house. They're negotiating how much of their lives become content. And Bert, whether he admits it or not, is still addicted to turning everything into material, even when the people closest to him are uncomfortable.
I love that. Remember in Louis, he just made his wife black for season 2.
It's so crazy.
For no reason. She was a different woman in season 1. He's like, yeah, she's black now.
Hey, Fresh Prince did it.
What's so funny, I wanted to make
They were both black.
That's true.
I wanted to make the therapist black, because there's a therapist in this. Spoiler alert.
Then there's the industry side of his frustration. He goes off about this offer-only culture in Hollywood. Actors who refuse to audition because they believe they're above the process.
Oh, your show with the girls, the daughters.
The black therapist.
Black therapist.
And then and they were like, it was the principal of the school's black, and they're like, and as soon as I'm with the principal and the therapist, and they go, I think it's too confusing. They're gonna think they're married or related, like. And so I was like, all right, let's make them white, because it was like you need people to see things in a TV show quickly and identify it.
Yes.
And I wanted that kid. I think he's gay. He does hour specials every week. He's a comic. Josh Johnson.
He's not gay.
Not gay.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted him.
He's good.
I put it.
He comes out with a lot of material, it just doesn't come out, you know?
Yeah.
Sam is on fire, by the way.
God damn it! At the fucking buzzer, you really fucking drain him in the third quarter.
I have to make up for some of these earlier.
No, I thought he was gay, but I thought it would be cool to have him as like the therapist. I thought from that perspective it would be fun talking to me, but they were like, it's too confusing. So we
Right.
He'll be glad to know he missed out on this role due to racism.
No, he was offer only.
Oh, okay.
He was like, I'm not reading for it, and I was like,
Oh, damn.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes the process a lot quicker.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not going to hire you. No one's ever seen you act, so I'm not going to hire you. Like, I wanted him, but he was like, I only do offers. And I was like, that's totally cool. I
that's
wanted to
cool.
read with him.
Bert texts him, listen, homo. Do the fucking role.
I wanted him to do it because I was like, I thought it would be good, but I wanted to read with him and see if our energy was
I
good.
totally get
'Cause I don't know the guy. I've only seen him online. I think he's really funny.
Couldn't be nicer.
Really smart.
Yeah.
I was like, and
Sweet
his
guy.
energy is a little softer.
Yeah.
So I thought that perspective versus me
That's
was,
good.
was a little frat boy. But I
Yeah.
definitely wanted us to read together.
Yeah.
Bert clearly takes that personally, like it's some betrayal of the grind mentality. But there's also a slight irony there. Bert himself is now part of the elite class that gets to skip lines, dictate terms, and bulldoze projects into existence. He's angry at the same system he benefits from. And this is where the whole episode starts to feel like a weird crossroads moment for him. On one side, you've got a man whose body is literally forcing him to slow down. Sobriety, weight loss, medication, fear, mortality creeping into the background of every joke. On the other side, you've got the same old compulsions, needing attention, needing chaos, needing to push boundaries, needing to turn his family into content, needing to dominate creative spaces, needing to be the loudest person in the room. The tension between those two versions of Bert is becoming harder to hide. You can hear it in how he talks. There's still bravado, but there's also vulnerability creeping in, even if he tries to bury it under jokes about steak and panic attacks. What makes it slightly uncomfortable is that the health scare doesn't automatically produce maturity. It produces awareness, and awareness doesn't always translate into changed behavior. Sometimes it just makes people louder about how grateful they are while continuing the same patterns with better blood pressure numbers. So when Bert talks about feeling incredible, losing weight, being forced into sobriety, that's genuinely positive. But when he also talks about still irritating his kids, still clashing with peers, still living in this performative chaos bubble, you start to see that the real problem wasn't just his health. It was the lifestyle and identity he built around being a walking liability. And maybe that's the real story underneath this podcast appearance. Not the blood clots, not the Netflix show, not the Hollywood politics, but a guy quietly bumping into the limits of the character he's been playing for 20 years and not fully knowing who he is without it yet. Which, for a comic who built his entire brand on excess, might be the scariest thing of all.